In this section, we're going to talk about wrapping complex shapes like mirrors, bumpers, and door handles. As you may have seen in the 3M Fundamentals course, which we recommend completing first before diving into this course, we focus on the importance of pre-stretching. I won't go too deep into details here, but just know that it's critical for both PWF and 2080. If you haven't gone through the Fundamentals course, make sure you watch that first, as it explains pre-stretching in more depth. Now, when it comes to wrapping a mirror, there are some similarities and differences between the two films, PWF and 2080. Let's dive in. First, the similarities. For both PWF and 2080, you need to pre-stretch the film before applying it to the mirror. If you see fingers in the film, you want to pre-stretch the film in the opposite direction. This helps the film from overstretching, which can cause failures later on. So whether you're working on PWF or 2080, this pre-stretch technique allows the film to naturally shrink into place around complex shapes such as mirrors or bumpers. Now let's talk about the differences. For PWF, once you pre-stretch the film, you'll need to hold it in place for a little longer because the film takes longer to cool after heating. The thickness of the PWF keeps the heat in for a longer time, so it needs a bit more patience before it's ready for the next step. Here's another important point for PWF. If you let the film hang off the car after pre-stretching it, the film starts to revert back to its original form. It's almost like a rubber band. It naturally wants to go back to its original shape. So after pre-stretching, you need to get it onto the mirror right away to prevent it from losing its stretch. For 3M 2080 wrap film, the behavior is a bit more forgiving. Once you pre-stretch the film, it holds its shape until you heat it again after placing it on the mirror. This means you can leave a larger pocket at the top and bottom of the mirror without worrying about losing its pre-stretch. When you apply heat, the film shrink wraps into place, conforming it without tension at the edges. This makes the installation more forgiving, as the film retains the shape you created during pre-stretching, allowing for a controlled, predictable install. With PWF, however, the process is a bit different. As you install it, you're gradually losing some of the stretch, which means you need to cold stretch the film across the mirror's face to compensate. Because of this, the pockets at the top and bottom are smaller compared to the 2080. But this works to your advantage. When you apply heat, the film shrinks back into place, eliminating any tension at the edges, ensuring a secure bond. Understanding these differences allows you to adjust your technique for each film, ensuring for a predictable install.